All right.
All right. Welcome to SISTABIZ, everyone who's tuning in. We're live. Thank you, Donnie Glover. To those who's watching, he gave us this platform, bemorenews.com. You can also view this live if you want to go back and see the show. All right. Okay. So, Angela, what's going on today, ladies? We do also, before I get started, we also have Jet Miller that's going to be tuning in tonight. She's also an entrepreneur. She's in the beauty industry. So she's going to talk to us briefly, a little bit about what she does. You know, she's going to join us later on in the show. So that's what we have going on right now.
Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Hi.
How was y'all day? How about that part?
Let me tell you, if I could have a camera on me, I said I'm gonna do that. I'm really gonna try this one day because nobody will believe how my life. Sometimes I don't know how I do it, and I'm not saying that to make it seem like I got this extra something that nobody else does, but it's a lot. Like I think I got home about 30 minutes ago. Got my son some dinner. I finished my client. I flew out the salon like, I gotta go and get to the show. You know, ran and got him, picked him up some food, and it was just a lot. I was like, let me go pick him up to get some air, to get some food. You know, I'm just like, it's just a bit much being a mother and an entrepreneur, but you know, us ladies, we do what we have to do all the time, you know, so with or without children. Let me just say that because you don't have to have no children to be, you know, boss. I always say that, but it's a lot. Us women, you know, we have this platform today, and I'm glad that Donnie gave us this platform to do this because we have a lot to talk about, just men, women in general, you know.
For me, it was busy. I think I found my warehouse because we've been looking for a warehouse. So we're going through tomorrow. Yeah, with the structural engineer tomorrow. So because it needs a little bit of work, but it will allow, if everything goes well, for us to stay in Baltimore City without us branching out to PG County. So I'm excited about it. Hopefully everything goes well tomorrow.
Wow. And you'd rather stay in Baltimore City?
I would, because my current storefront is in Baltimore City, and then that way logistically I can kind of still stay within, 15, 20 minutes of the store. That's perfect for me.
Makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
So ladies, let's make sure that everyone knows. So J Revive, you host pop-ups and you own and operate a beauty salon.
Yes.
How old?
I didn't pay you.
Your son. Have a son.
My son just turned 10 years old last week. So he's a little man.
Nicole, you own and operate AC Pack and Ship.
Correct.
And you're a contractor.
Correct.
Woo! And I'm owner of Simple Wellness, holistic spa and salon and wellness center as well. So ladies, we have a diverse group and we do a lot. How do we do it?
Can you tell us how we do it? Tell us how we do it. Tell me how I can make my life easier. Tell me that.
You know what? I think the first thing that I'm hearing, and y'all know I can talk, so just shut me up if I need to. But the first thing I'm hearing is that we all sound like we have fun doing it. We're holding it down, but we're smiling, we're getting through it, and we're having a good day. Would y'all agree that one of the secrets to success as a Black woman in business?
You have to love to do what you're doing. Like,
you do.
Even if I'm tired, I'm stressed, everybody's getting on my nerves, at the end of the day, it feels good to be doing what you love to do. Like, it's just how it is. Like, it makes life easier when you have to do it. When trials and the hard times come, it's just like when you're gifted in doing what you do, it makes it a lot easier.
Exactly. And I like to see, like in construction, something ugly turn to, because a lot of people can't look at something and be like, I can redo that. But I mean, to see what it was to what it can become that right there is just one of the best feelings, because those are properties that become people's homes. You know what I mean? That's, to me, it's very enjoyable.
That's awesome. How'd you get to construction, Nicole?
as an investor, because, I got tired of, being ripped off by other contractors, it's a big thing, and I just wanted to be able to control my costs, control my budget, and just know the daily ends, making sure my permits were being pulled, and just being able to manage my project. So I was started out as an investor, working with other contractors, and they just turned me off to the point that I was like, I want to control my own thing. So,
do you know that's how I got into doing hair? I got so tired of salons and get more customer service or bad hairstyling. I was like, what am I paying y'all for? Let me just do this myself. Sometimes we are driven into our passions and purpose because we tired of how they're not doing it right.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that is the truth. Like, you sound like me, because nothing I do was planned. I can't say that I said, other than actually attending cosmetology school, but everything that I had going on kind of came out of something. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to do this today. Like, I'm going to have all this stuff going on. I'm like, no, that was not the plan. Because if it was, I probably wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah. So with everything going on, how do you guys refuel? I always like to hear how you take care of self-love, how you take care of yourself. How do you handle that part? Because I know my day started at 3 today, 3 a.m. And it starts at 3 a.m. Monday through Friday. So it's always a go, go, go rhythm for me. And so I have to go back and do something for myself. What do you ladies do to keep your fuel going?
Well, for me, when my morning starts, I have a business phone that I, for some reason, never answer, and it transfers to my personal phone. So I really need to work on that. So that was a goal for this next week that I need to, because my phone wakes me up. It could be 6 a.m. Someone's calling for appointments. It could be the craziest things. I'm like, everybody just calling my phone. No, I barely get sleep. Can we wait till like 9 o'clock? Or even though my morning starts early, my sleep is always interrupted. I have to get my son up in the morning to do the school stuff before I even leave out. It's just, I have to get better with the whole phone, because my business is, even when people make appointments, they make appointments online, but I have a few regulars that, comfortable enough to text my phone or call. So I have to get balanced with that stuff, because my phone, once my sleep get broken, I'm up. There's no like napping or going back to sleep or none of that. I'm not a napper. I'm never going to just sit around and take a nap.
But Jay, I can't hear you side-eye, girl.
I know.
Why you don't put your phone on Do Not Disturb?
Listen, I had this thing. One time I did that. I know, because everybody always asks me that. One time I did that. I do need to put a few people in there that I can answer, but honestly, I'm gonna be honest. And please don't get mad at if they watching me. The people that I put in my do not that I can answer for emergencies, they're the ones that wake me up. I'm like, so now this week I said, if it's an emergency, knock on my door, because I be feeling bad. Because one time I had a family member that had an emergency and I didn't answer, and I felt so bad because I did that. So now I won't do it. But at this point, I'm like, just come to my house. If you know me, you know where I live, then come to my house. But that's the reason why, because it was just like something happened years ago, and I was like, I'm the only one nobody could reach because I did that. So now it's only the ones that know you that just don't care. Think you just power woman.
No. Boundaries. The one that told me, I set boundaries. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are a selected group of people that can get through on the do not, because that's important,
Right.
But other than that, no, you're going. I'm ready. It's just because we do so much. I just have to control what I control.
You're right.
If you're up at 2 and that was your time to call, send a text, then go right ahead. But you're not going to be controlling my sleep.
That's what I have to get better in. I really do. It doesn't make no sense how. And I'll be looking like, why don't I just cut off my phone? Just cut it off. Like, you got to do what you got to do to get rest, So I'm gonna get better with that.
I thought you got 2 new accountability partners. Nicole, we're going to check in and make sure.
It's like I felt like I had balance. I was doing good. And it's just like when my life started changing, as far as business, I began to change, also. And I had to like, oh my God, like I'm doing it, but I feel like I'm just like this. And I'm like, come on, like I gotta have a little bit more, better balance. That's what I feel like I need right now. Just trying to juggle everything that I feel like. And at first I was just like, maybe I shouldn't do this, maybe I shouldn't do that. But I'm telling myself, if it's working, it's meant for me to, I feel like it's meant for me to do it. I just need to find that balance to, juggle all my responsibilities. Yeah. Until I get a team. So. I want a team, but I'm like,
that's managed, but that's more stress. Yep.
Well, get the right team. That's the thing.
Let me tell you something. I have had the hardest 2020. Let me just keep it real. It was the year of, I felt like God just removed people out of my life. People that I've grown up with, people that I had childhood, history with, relationships. And I felt like those were the ones that were working close with me. And now I feel like, having this team, I've been meeting a lot of business, entrepreneurs and other business friends and, having these, I feel like those are the people that I'm kind of like, keep me grounded now because these friends, I don't have no friends. I don't have no friends, real friends. So it's just like, I'm trying to separate the friendship and the business, and know that I have friends that I do business with, but I feel like I'm at a season where I'm not really respected as the businesswoman. I'm just viewed as this friend that everybody knew years ago. So I'm kind of like,
put no boundaries in.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want nobody not to like me or be mad at me.
You gonna get past that. You gotta get past that. This is where I'm at
right now. Nobody. I have so many people mad at me right now. I'm like, what do I do but help you? What have I done but help? I have helped so many people that feel some sort of way right now, and I'm like, Lord, it's my season. It happens. It's all good, and that's what I need people to know. This is part of the business. I'm learning. This is me, the baby. I'm the baby out of the group right here. I'm just like, okay, so this is what happens too. Like, people get mad at you for silly stuff because you don't say yes. No, you say no, they get mad at you, should I say. So it's just like, I cannot be this person I once was because I'm not there anymore, and I feel like people don't respect where I'm at. I'm only one person.
So ladies, how long you guys been in business? Because you mentioned you being the baby in business. How long you guys been in business?
Well, I went to cosmetology school in 2008, so I've been doing the hair thing. Right after that, I took a break, had my son, and I felt like I needed to do more in life, so I went to college. I graduated from the University of Phoenix online, and I did that for about 4 years, worked for the government. Then I came back to the hair thing for about 3 years ago. So I've always been doing it part-time. As of last January, I told myself I wanted to give myself a year for my business. And I did not, want to have the desire to work for anybody anymore. So I felt like I told myself within that year and it didn't work, then I would, go get a 9-to-5. But it's working. And I'm not working for nobody no more ever. Yeah. God willing, like, Lord, please.
Yeah.
But no, like it really, like within 6 months, my life changed as far as entrepreneurship, and it's been amazing, and I'm humbly thankful. I'm thankful for all the opportunities right now.
Yeah. How long you been in your contracting business?
I actually been it's going on the 3rd year with having my own MHIC license. But I've been in real estate since 1998. And then the ANC Packing Ship, we're actually going by charter. It'll be 2 years coming up in June for that location.
Wow, that's good.
That's similar to UPS. Like, educate us. What's the AC Packing?
We are multi-carrier shippers where we have every carrier up under one roof, meaning that we are a form of like a UPS store, but we actually have the contract with the post office, FedEx, DHL. We just were awarded our freight forwarding license up under our sister company called Callistian Logistics. So we do a lot of international shipping now. And now we'll be able to, once we complete our TSA certification, we'll be able to like put cargo directly on the airplanes and stuff. So that's what we need the warehouse for, because we're growing. So I'm going to be hiring more people, and I got to set some boundaries.
Wow. So how many people do you have on your team as far as like?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You said how many people do I have on my team?
Yeah, as far as employees, do you have a help with that part of your business, or?
Right now, I have 2 employees. I have one that pretty much does like a lot of my research and stuff on the back end. She also does like my calls and stuff to, shippers and stuff, making sure that we're properly signed. And she pretty much runs the back end for me, so I can kind of be out because like now I'm gonna have to rehab this warehouse and stuff. And I have an employee that pretty much staffs the store, and I alternate during the week with her. So people don't see me as often as I used to be in the store, but I'm there at least 2 days out of the week. So.
Oh wow, Angie, did you have a team also?
Yes, ma'am. So
I want to know how you do it.
Right.
Well, okay. So Simple Wellness have been in existence since 2007.
Okay.
It started out as the side hustle. I was doing the corporate America thing. My story is similar to yours, J Revive, where I passionate about it, but then in my mind, I almost felt like it wasn't enough.
Right.
And not to go too deep, but that was just from a childhood experience of just my parents loving me, and was you gonna go to college and get a real job. Like, so some people don't do hair, they go get their hair done. Are you serious? Like, so it was kind of brainwashed into me, for lack of a better word, because it was done out of love, that it just wasn't enough for me to do hair. So fast forward, 2008 was remember 2008 was very similar to 2020, where it was just craziness. Right. And so in 2008 I was director of marketing and admissions, and the whole department was let go. They were like, look, we're going to downsize. I was with the hospice company. They said, we're going to let nurses do their own marketing, and you guys can go home. Like, we're done with you. Give me your money. And so October 23rd, 2008 is when I was let go. And October 24th, 2008 is when I saw myself as a solo entrepreneur. No more straddling the fence. No more, doing corporate America and side hustles. Because like you, Nicole, I've had my real estate license since 2002. Right. So I've always had some side hustles going on. But yes, in the answer to your direct question, I definitely have a team. I went through so many waves, ladies, where I had a large team at one point. When I moved to the downtown building in 2012 in Mount Vernon, Baltimore, I had a large staff. I had probably about, I say large for me, but it was like 15 people.
Wow.
Yeah, that's large.
Let me tell y'all.
That's huge.
Right. Listen, I had 15.
All the personalities.
Exactly. Multiple personalities, attitudes to deal with. This person not liking this person. I've now downsized to 4 people. So peaceful.
Right.
I had to realize it didn't have to be a lot of people. It just had to be the right people.
Right.
And I also had to realize that I don't like babysitting adults. Like, I want mature people to come to work because they want to be there on time. I have to tell you what's appropriate to wear. So I want to do I would say since 2012, when I moved, 2011, 2012, when we moved and expanded to the full service spa and wellness clinic, that I went through some roller coasters. And like what you're saying, Jay Revive, as far as like, wanting to not knowing how to separate friendship from business. And it's like, well, this is my personality. I want to be nice to the people that work for me. But on the same token, I feel like I got to set these boundaries so they know I'm not playing. It was just
That's how I feel.
But thankfully, I think I got it now. I got my rhythm. Even the ones that I call my friends know that business is business and friendship is friendship, and we don't cross the two. But I can still be my natural self with them and still run my business.
Okay, right.
So it really comes back to set boundaries. It comes back to just operate out of integrity.
Okay.
Knowing that you are being the best person that you can be, and it's I was the nicest person. I gave you chances. I did this. I did that. It's up to you now. This is what it is, and I don't care how you feel about it. So that tough skin gonna come on.
I've gotten a little bit better since 2021, arrived. But I'm like, I told myself, I'm not doing this next year. Like, it's been rough. Like, stuff just be happening. I'm like, well, what did I do? What did I do? Like, but do everything I could for people. And I'm just like, so it's just like, yeah, I realized it now.
It's a part of the process. You'll be so much stronger.
Right.
And then you won't care anymore. Like, but you got to get hits and bumps and bruises with you.
Right.
Yeah. Is that
man, you helped me already. I'm gonna be real tough tomorrow. I'm gonna be tough tomorrow. Like, yeah, I got that from Angie. Look, you learn every day something new, because I was sitting here thinking, like, Lord, just help me with this balance. Give me balance. Like, let me not, be upset when things happen, or, I'm always smiling. I'm not going to be out here whining. Nobody's going to see that. But I just be saying to myself sometimes, like, Lord, just give me strength. I don't know what today's going to bring, but give me strength, because I don't know what my day is going to bring, So
but
it's all a part of the business.
But what I think about, when it comes down to balancing with, like, people, especially, like, a lot of people want things for free. I think about my kids. You know what I mean? Like, in a way, what's the point of being in business if you don't have anything to really give to your children? So I look at that, because a lot of times when people want free, they pay at other places. You know what I mean? So I think about my children, first, and the whole reason that I want to create, my own legacy and stuff. So just next time you have those people and they want to be mad, think about your son.
Right. You're right.
And them taking from him. So
I actually had to tell a family member, and I won't say which family member, just in case they
we gotta be careful. I see what you're saying.
And look, I almost gave it away by telling the exact wording that you're taking off of the plate of your loved one. I was referencing my daughter, and I said the relationship they have. But I was saying to that person, when you want to hook up, when you want when you want to hook up and you want to, do things for free, you're taking off of the plate of the baby you love. It's my child, but it's your family member too, right? I'm doing my best.
Right.
So I agree. And the other thing is, I know we have some guests coming in, so I'm gonna just say this really quick. The other analogy that I often use, and it justified it in my mind, and it also made it plain and simple in others' mind, was that, look, when you go to a restaurant, let's say when restaurants was open, like, pre-COVID, right?
Right.
You go to a restaurant and you see somebody you know and love, and they're your waitress or waiter. You're like, hey, I'm gonna sit in your section. Yeah.
Right.
Do you get up and not leave a tip because you know them? No, you leave a bigger tip usually because you like a bigger tip. So why would you come into my establishment and just think it's okay just not to give anything?
Right.
I said it like that to the people I had to say it to. They it, because it was like, oh, I don't go in a restaurant and just not leave a tip because I know them. Like that would
right.
Okay, so it's the same thing. Same rule apply. Like I gotta
eat.
But I know we have some guests coming in. So J. this is where you step in, girl.
Yes, we have some guests. We got some guests coming in, and we're gonna talk some stuff and hear them out and see what these entrepreneurs have. Let's see. I'm just gonna wait 1 minute. They're actually getting themselves together. So, but Angie, like, you have been a lifesaver for me today. Like, I know I'm gonna be a new person tomorrow morning. Down to the phone.
On Friday, though.
Yes, down to the phone, down to just the balance and the whole, knowledge of the, just how to, because I know when people want discounts, I'm like, I can't give everybody discounts. Like, everybody we don't give, my prices is online. That's why I have a website. So I kind of treat everybody accordingly when they call for an appointment, and they don't, automatically find me from off, Google and all that. Here's my website. Look online, but it's just so hard, it's not hard. It's not hard. It can be challenging. It's not hard at all. It's not hard at all. It's just that I hate that I have to have those type of conversations. That's what it is.
But you know what? When you have those conversations and you weed out those people, you are more of the other people.
Yep, and that's what's been happening lately. I have a lot of my clientele is pretty much diverse. Business, savvy, not from that bunch of crowd that we can be used to. So it's working out. So that I can say that's very true. Right. So yep. Waiting for my guests to join us. So when they get together, then we can move forward. But for the most part, that's just the boss life, as I call it.
Yeah, it could be stressful.
Yeah, but it's all good. It's definitely worth it. Like I said, when I was working a 9 to 5, I loved the job because of the money that I was making. But in my mind, I'm like, I hate waking up in the morning to go to this place. I hate being in traffic. I hate all that stuff. Only thing that's keeping me here is the money that I'm gonna get a paycheck every week. But here it's like, even if business is slow, if it's not slow, if it's good, I'm still happy every day I wake up to because I'm doing what I love. So that's the good part about it. Like, it gives you more motivation and energy, and you will get the strength because it's your business and you know what you have to do. I have to set goals every week for myself to make sure I meet my quota every week as far as business. So
right, I think 2020 definitely gave a new wave to people, knowing that they pretty much have to control their destiny. 25% of the population lost their jobs. That's a lot.
25%.
A whole lot.
And growing. Yeah, that's a lot of people, and that's just, I guess, like the ones that reported, according to, the news and stuff. But that's a lot of people. So just imagine how many people have to just think about entrepreneurship, and controlling their own.
I know so many people.
So let me, while we're waiting on our guests, guys, do you think everyone should be an entrepreneur?
No.
Mm-mm.
It's not for everybody. I know a few people that try. It's
a lot of work.
Your lane. You may not be gifted in that area. You have to know what's for you. So I know a few people that I've come in contact with that they want to do something or have a business because somebody else have a business. And I'm like, you don't get it. It's just it's more than being creative in that business. It's more than a creativity part. It's more than the fun part. What about the business part? What about the finances? What about taxes? What about your marketing? What about all that for people to even know who you are? Like, what if somebody tell you no, they don't like what you do? Well, they don't think about all the stuff that comes with the business itself.
It's not for the heart.
No, it's not. No.
I know more people that want to do it. They don't have no
no hustle either.
You're supposed to be doing. Did you?
You have to be hustle. You have to have hustle. Like, you can't. Yeah, like you're gonna have to put in them long hours sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, it's no.
Say that.
I'm gonna go home at 5 o'clock
every night. I'm not lying. I have horrible sleeping habits. It's so bad that it's just not probably healthy. But that's just what comes with it sometimes.
Now I can't agree with that one. As the owner of a wellness clinic, I cannot be on here.
You better get that sleep.
No. I will not go out like.
So, you get your right.
Here's my thing. Again, it goes back to setting boundaries.
Okay.
Because now there will be some nights where you may have to do it all night, or you may have to catch up. But we got our guests.
Oh, there's Marsha.
Hey.
Hi. How y'all doing?
We having fun.
We all got the same hairstyle.
Yes, girl. This is COVID ready. What? So what's going on? You guys are having fun. So how's business?
Business is awesome for all of us. All of us are doing well, despite COVID, where I feel like all of us are in a good place, with our business. Right. So it's been great.
That's huge. Not everybody can say that. What do you think were the top 3 things that kept you all moving forward?
For me, I would definitely the fact that I did not change and wasn't afraid to change. Like we kept pretty much the same goal to bring services to the west side of Baltimore, so that didn't change. But we had to re-innovate and bring additional services to kind of stay, engaged with the community as well as expand our brand and stuff. So definitely, I think that just keeping the same plan, the same focus on the community, and not afraid to being able to have to, bring in new services and stuff to kind of go with the times. Because I mean, we had to kind of shift. You have to be able to shift in business to kind of stay, current with the trends. Now, one thing that we can do is market a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because me and social media is not friends. But
social media is it. That's what's it right now.
It drives me crazy.
Girl.
It drives me crazy.
What did you say, Angela?
I was telling Nicole, I'm with her. If I had someone, I did an interview. Someone was interviewing me and they asked if you were able to hire one intern, what would their job be? To take social media. That's not my thing. Like I don't have the mindset of let me hurry up and post this. I'm on to what my next task is.
Exactly.
And it's just not my thing. I would say from that, and I have a marketing background. But my marketing was in the 90s when it was grassroots marketing. So now you want me to post what I'm doing? I'm gonna go now and give you a business card. I don't know this stuff.
Well, that's probably why I'm so exhausted all the time, because I have to post 3 times a day. I have to interact. I got to check my website. I got to worry about making customized shirts and glasses and who somebody want to be vendors. So that's why I'm so exhausted, okay? Because social media is a job in itself.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
You got to do it.
So have you all thought of having interns?
Exactly.
I have. And I did for a little bit when COVID first, it didn't work out. However, I just ran across another young lady that I'm going to, offer that opportunity to her because she's open. Sometimes when you meet little younger people, they're open to grow, learn. So the option, that's what's really been on my mind all day today. Like, having an intern versus somebody or,
You know what I found to be helpful? When you give an intern a real job description and make them they have to be accountable, right?
Okay.
So, and it's really hard if you run it around trying to do what you're doing to see what somebody's doing about social media that you didn't have time for to begin with, right? So if you put a job description together, you might want to consider it and then have them develop at the end of every day a report of what they did.
Okay.
What their messages are, who their contacts were, did they call anybody, what did they see? And then you're going to have to also find time to give them maybe 10 different ideas of things that they could post that may be of interest. And so sometimes it's hard for us to get into our creativity mode. I know it is for me sometimes because I'm knee deep in alligators over here trying to do some stuff. And so, and I get it. It ain't easy.
Right.
But we have to take that time because if we don't do the marketing, if we don't go where our customers are, we're not going to be able to make it happen.
So, I hear you, Marsha.
Go ahead.
I hear you. And I have done it that way. I have hired a social media company. What I find works best for me is to have my satisfied clients be my voice on social media. So for me, because I've hired a whole company, and they didn't have my tone or my voice.
Okay.
I've had interns. I've had people that understood what I do because I specialize in natural hair. And so does not understand the lingo or if I say natural hair and you want to post a picture with someone with a full-fledged straight relaxed hair, so I've been through, I would say 4 different experiences where what works best for me is when my satisfied client comes in and or leave, I have a follow-up email that automatically generates. It says, if we can do anything different with your appointment, let us know. But if you were completely satisfied, please, please post, please. And then once they post it and tag me, then I share it. That works good for me because now I have people that can speak hands-on about my work and who's elated to thank me in that way.
Right.
But girl, I tell you, those other ways just didn't work.
So, and here's and you know, if they don't work, they don't work, and you've got to deal with that reality because sometimes it doesn't work, even if it's a full-time job for somebody, right? I guess one of the things that I would just wonder about from a marketing standpoint is how often can that same customer, or if you have 20 customers or 30 customers, how often are they really going to post? And P.S. Oh, by the way, if you were to sit down and look at your numbers, what kind of return on that investment do you have? Are you getting new customers, or are you solid with what you're doing? You know, if what you do works, then you don't need to change anything. Then you now have a whole nother piece that you might want to do. The other thing that I was talking to a friend of mine, and she's up in New York, and what they did was a collective ad. So there were 2 or 3 people that had their own businesses. They were not the same businesses, but there were women, and they did an ad in a couple of major publications because they couldn't afford it individually. So they created, I mean, you could easily do that. But marketing is critical. However you do it, be it online, be it in a magazine, be it in a newsletter, be it just on your Facebook page or your Instagram, wherever you have the largest traction, what your numbers are. There's also a new place that has just opened up. Have you all heard of the Clubhouse? Okay. So
I just signed up.
Oh, good. That is a very interesting location in that people are in there having conversations about all kinds of things, right? And it's easy to promote your business in there. So that's a whole new world for me. And I find it interesting. I just go in there and sit and listen sometimes. And sometimes people bring me up to talk. And I don't even know these people for real. But that's also, what am I going to do with my brand? And how am I getting my brand to be out there to get the people that I need to do what I'm trying to do? How do you grow your business? And what are be it Clubhouse, be it Facebook, be it Twitter, be it whatever. And see, I'm not a big Twitter girl. Like I can't say, like, okay, what am I supposed to say? So I've just been really, it's crazy. But I just put my little what do you call them? In the morning, I get on the Bible app, right? And you get the whatever the word is for the day. And then it comes up with this cute little artistic picture with the what is it? What am I saying? With the scripture, a picture with the scripture. Okay, so that's why I was getting tongue tied. The picture with the scripture. And so I post that every morning on Twitter, Instagram. I even do it on LinkedIn and Facebook and on my Facebook pages. You would be amazed. I'm Christian, but I'm amazed for real that people even like it or they'll respond. Some people put those big gifts with the thing blinking that they like that word for the day, you know, and those are really silly little things, but people are interested. They need that encouragement. So you might want to think about not necessarily that, but what is it that you can do that is positive? Because there's so much negativity. A lot of people just, I think, need it. I don't know. But we have, as small businesses in this, and I'm a boutique business. I'm not even a small business, you know. How do you stay alive in this? And what are the things that you need to be able to do to keep it moving and keep it growing? That's the biggest thing. What can I do to make certain that people know that I'm there and they want whatever I'm giving them?
I think people just need to keep up with the trends.
Right.
You know, whatever's hot, whatever's going on. Unfortunately, it's some, as far as being a hairstylist, it's some things that I said I would never do as far as styles.
Right.
I am very diverse with my skill. I can do braids, I can do, you know, quick weaves, I can do all that stuff. I'm taking a class next week for another style that I've never done, but I know a lot of people are interested. You know, I get a lot of calls and always ask. So I'm like, okay, maybe I gotta, you know, step my game up and take a class. So that's what I'm doing, you know, next week. So you just got to keep up with whatever's, you know, and unfortunately to keep up with, you know, good business, to have good business.
It's huge. You've got to stay current, relevant.
Yeah.
And you've got to figure out how you can get as many. The reality is, about at the end of the day, I need the money.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Like, we got to deal with that. And I don't care who you are, you've got to have income. And the whole goal is, you know, one thing is, oh, I love what I do. But the other thing is how am I going to pay for this luxury that I love? That's huge. And in COVID.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Which is, you know, really getting crazy. I did see that they're getting ready to open up restaurants in Baltimore.
25%. Yeah.
They just need to shut us all down so we can go back to life. Like, can we just fix this? Like, you know,
it's a lot.
I don't even know if that's, I don't want to speak nothing. You know, I always speak great things and positive, but I feel like I don't even think that's going to work. Like, we just need something more than that. I feel like we need something more.
Has COVID impacted your client base?
To be honest, not with the salon. With the salon, it hasn't with me, only because, like I said, I was only doing certain things. I had to step up my game and start doing services that I never was doing. That's why I feel like my clientele hasn't really impacted, but my other businesses has.
Okay.
Definitely, yeah.
My businesses have increased. Improved in leaps and bounds.
Really?
Wellness clinic. So people are now. I've been telling y'all hear me. So So you know when I give you these different things to do and different things to eat and what to eat is like whatever. But now when we know your immune system being up to par and healthy is not, you know, contracting COVID, everyone hears me. Everyone's they want to do better now.
Right.
So,
right.
I have seen a great increase.
Right.
I tell both in the salon, both in the wellness clinic, as well as in the spa.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm very thankful for it. So yes, I've seen a great increase.
So that's an individual concern. People are worried about their health. They're worried about how they look, regardless of whether they're in the house or not. Are they right?
So yes. So I'm a trichologist, and so
I don't know what that is. So what?
I'm break it right down, Marsha. So,
okay, because I don't know if I go sit here now. Like, what is that?
On a anyone knew what it is. I'm so used to saying the word and then explaining it. So
that's okay, honey. I don't have a problem. I don't know what you're talking about at all. That's the only way I'm gonna learn. I'm sitting here.
Right.
That's right.
Second, I'll be walking around. I won't even be saying the right thing to you because I don't even know what you're saying for real.
Well, I always say it's trichology or trichologist, not trick. Don't call me a trick. But
we don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that.
As a trichologist, my specialty is hair loss, scalp diseases, and disorders. Alopecia, dandruff, scalp falling out. That's what I specialize in. So a lot of people come to me because they have issues with their hair and or scalp. But by the time you come to me and discover what's going on, it's a holistic reason for the issue. And so now they're with me as far as a wellness service because for instance, my trichology client today came in. This was a gentleman because he had excessive dandruff, flakiness, and was diagnosed with cradle cap. I did a Zyto scan. Zyto is a device that pretty much does an energetic read. It asks your body questions to identify those stressors on the body.
Okay.
It identified that his liver was not properly functioning. So what was going on is that through my process and my education, I was able to determine, based off of his liver not properly functioning from the vital scan, that he was having issue with gluten, with wheat and yeast. Wasn't properly processing it, which some may call leaky gut. So,
yes, I've heard of it.
Or he has some other toxic stuff going on that was shown in the scan. But he needed to eat he now needs to eat an organic, gluten-free diet, detox, and he will see a change in his hair. Now, someone that's not that doesn't specialize in trichology will probably find a special shampoo, you know, will supposedly fix the problem, and then it's going to happen right over again, because he could eat. It's always 2 days after you eat. He could eat a sandwich one day, and by Wednesday his hair is a mess again.
Wow.
So my business have improved because people are trying to figure out what's going on, and it ties into a lifestyle habit, a lifestyle change. And so I'm very thankful, but I've seen great increase through it all, being a trichologist.
Girl, I've never heard of trichologist ever. No, this is real serious. I've never heard of trichologist. How did you get involved in it?
So, okay. I became a natural hairstylist. I went to a holistic hair school and was certified as a holistic hairstylist from Detroit. My vision was not to do hair. My vision was to create a education center where people can come learn how to get their hair done, because they don't necessarily teach it in cosmetology, or they didn't back in 2008. And so my vision was to teach people how to handle their natural hair, how to comb it, how to care for it, what products to use. And when I realized that I couldn't quite do what was being done in Detroit and Maryland because of the red tape and the different laws that we had, I continued to be a holistic hairstylist. I went through a short period of time where I thought, I need my cosmetology license, because nobody's going to come to me. I'm not like, oh, I'm serving natural hair clients in the state of Maryland. You don't have to be a licensed cosmetologist. You're considered a braider. So I went through that. But then when I started attending the cosmetology school, they would call me to teach how to do natural hair. So I'm paying y'all $20,000 plus, and asking me to teach the class. This doesn't work. And at the time, I was married, and at the time, not happy about me leaving at night and leaving him with our daughter. It was like disrupting my home. I'm paying. So I was like, you know what? I'm done with that. So then, as I was like, well, maybe I'll become a barber, because for some reason I thought I needed credentials. I didn't have the mindset that I was enough at that time. I had the mindset, in order to get here, I got to have these letters behind my name for people to respect. So, you know, it's a process as we grow. But I was like, well, maybe I'll become a barber. Ladies, dawned on me that all of my aunts and my mom had some type of hair issue. They were going bald, went bald, hair was thin. It was just like, I don't want to be there. That's not a part of getting older. I rebuke that, you know.
Right.
So I started to, how do you stop your hair from going bald? Because it's not old age. What exactly is going on? And I started studying, and I came across the word trichology. And from there, 2010, maybe 9, I sought out schools. There was some that were in the States, but the ones that had a better reputation, the one I went to was IAT, Institute Association of Trichology, based out of Australia. And I fell in love with it, because it was an aha moment. I had the experience myself of going through hair issues and understanding related to what I was eating. So it was like, wait a minute, you mean what I'm eating is, my hair is affected by it? And later found out that 90% of what goes on with our hair is internal. It's only 10% products, you know. And so I fell in love with it, and I was able to develop a full circle holistic spa because of it. Because had it not been for the red tape, I would have became a naturopathic doctor. So what I do now is just continue to study and get certifications one at a time.
Right.
Committing to whole 4 years or whatever it is for medical school.
Okay.
Made it my own, and I love it.
So now, do you also have the credentials to teach?
I was about to ask you that because I'm learning from you right now, and I'm a hairstylist with a salon, and I'm like, like you done taught me balance today. Now I'm like, I have my own health issues, and I'm like, we can have this talk when we get off the phone because
we're in this together. I do teach. Marsha, thanks for asking. I have taught at Morgan State. Morgan State had brought me in before. I don't remember what year it was, but they brought me in as an adjunct professor, and I taught natural hair there. I taught at the Atlanta hair shows a few times. I love to travel, and so a lot of my teaching was out of the state or out of the country. But yes, and I used to teach a lot at the spa. So yes, I do teach. I have taught. I also offer coaching for other business owners and things of that sort. So I just feel like my commitment came about because when I started, when I was early on in my career, I was married. I was a mother of a young daughter. I started when my daughter was 5. And I was creating this brand business that I wanted to eat off of. And I didn't know any other women, period, not just Black women. I didn't know any other women, famous, not famous, that was doing the same thing. Like if you look at Oprah Winfrey, she got Stedman, which is a partner, and business. She was like, I'm not having no children. My business is my child. You look at other successful women, I didn't know anyone that was doing all 3, and they were all just equally important to that person. It was like, well, my child father, it was always one was lacking. And so I didn't have a mentor. I didn't know where to turn. And I always promised myself that when I get to the level where I have, not even the level, when I feel like Maya Angelou said, when you learn, you teach, and when you get, you give. And I committed to that because like you, Jay Revive, there's things that you're starting out on that I might already went through. Also, there's some things that you might already went through that I need to know about, so I feel like what a sister circle is. There's not competition, that's just collaboration. Who can take what's yours,
I had a hard time. I remember when I first started, like just, I did a lot of hair shows and, pop-ups. I reached out to other, fellow hairstylists, like, can you help me with this? Can you, I was even offering to pay. Nobody wanted to help. And I also felt like at times, like, I felt like because I was doing the same thing as them, that's probably why. That's what I felt like. But I realized that's why I'm always so open to help other people. I have, a lot of young girls under me, like, how to do this, or they're scared to charge. When I'm telling them, like, what's one person won't pay, somebody else will. I mean, I have a lot of younger people that's, younger than me that they're asking for advice. And I'm like, I'm open to help, to give advice and direction, because I've never had that. That's why at 37 years old, I feel like I'm just learning. Like I'm just listening to y'all. Like I thought I need something. No, nothing. But it makes sense. Like, I feel like I encourage a lot of people to have a mentor if you can, connect with business-minded people, more towards where you're geared, going towards versus trying to do everything on your own because we don't know everything. We don't, if somebody would have told me about, people not liking me and don't want to be bothering me now, like you just told me, I probably would be a little bit further in my own little way of, thinking. But now when I talk to you, it's like, that's what comes with the business, So I get it,
But that's also life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like there are people that look at you, they draw their own conclusion about you.
Right.
And it has absolutely nothing to do with who you are and what you represent.
Right.
It's their opinion.
Right.
And I don't know what happened to me when I was growing up because I don't really give a daggone what anybody.
I normally don't, but I be shocked. I be like, dang, what I do?
Like, Marsha, did you always have that, what I'm going to say is a tough skin? Did you always have that level of tough skin? Or did life experiences toughen you up and down like me?
Right.
So I grew up in South Bend, Indiana. And South Bend had maybe 4% Black people, right? And the Black people lived in little enclaves. I lived on the east side. Went to John Adams, and then you had the west side where Central High School was, and then you had the lake where Washington was, and you had the southeast side. But there were these little pockets of 4 or 5 blocks, 6 or 7, 8 blocks of Black people, right? Everybody knew everybody. It didn't matter if you were on the west side or south, because it wasn't that many of us, right? But one of the things that I had to do, and after I lived on the east side at Pearly Elementary, which was down the street and around the corner, we had to integrate. I think I was the second generation to integrate Jefferson Junior High School. But it was really there where all of these bullies started coming out. And so my hair was long. I was light skinned. Pauline liked to dress me up like a little doll or whatever. And finally, one day she said, "You can't keep coming in here crying. And I don't know what you need to do, but you've got to figure it out." And I said, "Okay." So I took my campfire girl knife to school.
All right.
He wasn't playing, huh?
She told me to figure it out. So here's my little whatever. And Jackie came up to me and I said, "So come on with the knife." So then they all thought I was crazy. Yes, I am.
But they left you alone.
Yes, I am. And it was really liberating. And so when people would start with me, I just came back because I wasn't running home anymore. I was tired of all of that. And I don't deserve that because I'm really a cool person. I'm really funny. I'm really silly. I like life. I like everybody. I don't discriminate. And that was when it really started. And then my first husband, my daughter's father, was abusive. And he threw me into a glass table. And I decided, and he had moved me all the way down to Conroe, Texas. You had to go through Cut and Shoot, Texas to get there. And so here I am in the middle of nowhere with this baby. And I knew that night, either I was going to kill him or he was going to kill me. And Sandy would be an orphan. I knew that. I just knew that's where my head was. I was ready to kill him. And the next morning he went to work. I put Sandy on my hip. I took a paper bag and hitchhiked from Conroe, Texas through Cut and Shoot to the Houston airport, called Carl, my daddy, and he sent me a ticket and I never went back. But the thing that's really critical here was that set the tone for my life. It said, "I'm unbullyable.
Right.
You can do whatever you want, but you're going to get something back." And I'm not caught up in all of that. I can create all the money. I can do all that. I can be here and you see me and I'll do all that. But I'm not going to stay there if it's not right for me.
Right.
Be it emotional, mental, or physical. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to stay on a job where I feel like I'm disrespected. I'm not going to have somebody in my face or in my circle that just the other day, somebody was in, and that I know very well, that was in the clubhouse. And I suggested in there is about books, and she has her own publishing company. And I said, well, we should be sending all these Black books to you to make sure we get a big Black publishing company. She said, "Yeah, well, I'm not going to even be doing that anymore." She just shut me down, right?
Right.
And it wasn't shutting me down like respectfully. Girl, I'm not, there's a way. And know when somebody's being disrespectful. There were probably about 70 people that were in there. Now I had an option. I could go off, or I could say something that would throw some shade.
Right.
But then that would really be on me. Right?
I would have brought the tree.
I have my. What'd you say?
I said I brought the tree.
You know what I'm saying? You have to sit down and really deal with that. Do I go off and be ready? Like, look, girl, what you talking? How you going? I could have done that. But is that my brand? No, my brand just sat there, and I sat there until she finished talking, and I deleted her. But also, she has asked me for things too. And I've had more people call me to say, "Girl, I give you credit because you could have cussed her out You could have done that. There are people in that room that knew me and called me. They didn't see me give shade.
Right.
So you've got to choose what works for you. That's going to protect you. Because I could have said, "Girl, are you talking to me like that? Oh, excuse me, miss."
Right.
I could have done that. But then I would have looked like I'm trying to defend myself. I'm trying to do whatever. Is that how you want people to walk away? Or do you just want to say, "Oh, okay, great," with a smile?
Right.
And then they can't see my smile, but you can hear it in my voice.
Right.
Right. So if that's what I want people to take away. Oh, she got class.
Right.
She could have cussed her out and didn't.
Right.
So you got to really be able to know when's the time to get up in somebody's face.
Right.
And it's worth it. My father said you have 1 second to make a life decision.
Right. That's powerful right there.
Right. Let that
make
a life decision. It could be about something that seems insignificant. That seems insignificant could have, you don't know who else is in that room because you can't see their real faces.
Right.
You only see pictures. So you don't know if there's somebody who might want to put some money in my business, somebody that might want to do something else for me or do, and my response gave them pause because I'm in my feelings.
Right. You definitely can't be in your feelings with this business. Yeah.
So we have reached our time.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Just reiterate. I think that's a wonderful closing statement. You have 1 second.
Yep.
Make a life decision.
Yeah.
And that can be like, you can look at that in situations like you shared, Marsha. You can look at it in situations like we shared tonight as far as boundaries, as far as deciding to your own business. There's so many ways that comment can serve us. And so for the people that's listening and for our own selves, take the time to make those decisions that are best for you.
Yes.
And honor yourselves, right? Yes. You know, honor yourself as a woman, as a business owner, just as
right. Yes.
That's exactly right. It's huge.
Right.
It's huge.
This has been a very impactful hour. I
Definitely.
think we got a lot out of it. I hope somebody was taking notes because we done shared a lot of information.
Right. Stuff that you would probably have to pay for a class for. So SISTABIZ is on the move tonight.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, we appreciate you always, Marsha.
Okay.
Yes. Real quick before we get off, I want everybody to know. I want you to tell the listeners how to find you guys. Angie, can we start with you just to give them website number, email, something to reach you?
Angela Hardy, Simple Wellness. The number to Simple Wellness is 410-483-WELL, which is 410-483-9355. SimpleWellnessHealth.com is how you can get us get our website, and then Day Spa SW on the social media platforms. Yeah. I don't mind giving out my number because you will get a voicemail, so leave me a message. I'll call you back.
That's me.
443-622-5026. So you can call the spa or you can call me directly. Simple Wellness. We are a full service salon, holistic spa, and wellness clinic.
All righty, Marsha.
Okay, you can just reach me, Marsha Jews at Gmail, MARSHAJEWS at Gmail, and my number is 410-300-6887. Make sure you leave a message.
Yay! All right, Nicole.
Our website is www.acpack, and then we spell it PACKNSHIP.com, and our phone number is 667-930-3114.
Great.
All righty, yay. And of course, me, jrevive.com. Yeah. You can reach me for all my businesses on there, whether it's for the salon, the customized business. Everything is located on the website. So that's www.jrevive.com.
All right.
Thank you, ladies, for tuning in. Our guests and everybody who's been watching to SISTABIZ. We'll see you next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All righty.
Later, ladies.
Bye-bye.
Bye.